Welcome you all in the class of communication skill. Dear student, in the last class we have discussed what is emotional intelligence. We have certain weakness, we have to work on ourselves, not on others. So this is the first thing, like check yourself. Self management, like we have to active in the proactive mode. So these are the all components: self awareness, self management, social awareness, relationship. Self management, what is this? Self management, the ability to control or redirect disruptive impulses and moods, the propensity to suspend judgment, to think before acting. Suppose we are taking the important decision, so before that we should behave in the well managed manner. This is the ability to control or redirect disruptive impulses and moods. Sometimes there may be some disruptive impulses and moods, like you are behaving in the anger, so you can control that condition. Okay, you can control your behavior. You can suspend judgment, to think before acting. Suppose you are shouting on somebody else, so you can identify your trigger before acting in that condition. You can work on yourself so that you can choose the good words to deal with that condition. You can redirect the disruptive impulses and you can make the solution of that. You can find out the solution for that. So what are the hallmarks? Trustworthiness and integrity. This is required, like in the surrounding wherever you are living, you should have the close friend so that they can provide the good feedback for you. So trustworthiness is required, integrity is required, comfort with ambiguity. We should feel the comfortable in the ambiguous condition also, like in the surrounding we are not clear what is happening, then we should then also we should feel comfort in that condition. Openness to change, we should be open to change. If the certain changes are required, uh, we should be open to that. We should not be, it's very strict. So these are the hallmark, means how we can manage in the different condition and in the surrounding where we do. There are the multiple types of people, so how we can act in that condition. Suppose we are in the uncomfortable zone also, then also we can manage ourselves so that we can feel comfortable in that condition. Okay, now the person in the figure, you can see the what is the mood of this person, means he is behaving in the anger, so he has lost the control on his behavior. So this should not happen publicly. We should have control on our emotions. So for that we need to identify our triggers, what makes us angry. We need to identify that, the things that are most important for you. So when you show the anger, when you think that you are losing something and you show the anger. Self management tip. So, and there are some tips that will help you to manage your life, like an uncontrolled emotional outburst, even though it may makes you feel better temporarily. Sometimes you can feel very good after the outburst, but it can have the bad impact in your relationship, can do major harm to your relationships when your relationships are not voluntary, such as with your colleagues at work. Minimizing this type of damage is essential to the health and productivity of your relationship, because like you are working with your colleague, so it is very essential you should have the good relationship with your colleague. So you should minimize this type of damage, like you have shown anger to them. So this, because minimizing the damage is essential, because this is essential for your health, and then only we can have the productivity in the relationship. Because in the family, daily you are living in the family, so you should be able to manage yourself. So you need to identify your trigger. The only thing that you need to do, you need to identify your triggers, what makes you angry, and you need to find out some alternative way how you can deal with that condition. So now here you need to work on yourself, that is called self management. So in that way you will minimize the damage in your relationship. You can live with your family in your workplace also. So you can be successful at both the place or wherever you go. So this is a self management tip. Self management strategies: take control of your self talk. Whenever we are talking, we should have control on our self talk, whatever we are doing. If we are alone, we should have control on our talk, like what how I am thinking. If I'm thinking something bad about others, so that is not the way. So we should try to manage our life, most of the time. Count to 10. If you are getting out of anger, means you are behaving in the anger, you should count, like you should do the counting. You can do the counting like 1 to 10, and you should promise yourself like that you will behave, you will take the action after counting 10. So even within anger, you are listening to the other person, so you can count up to 10, then you can reply. So maybe you will develop the control on the talk. Smile and laugh more. So these are the strategy, and you can find out the way how you can smile and laugh more. So sometimes within your hectic schedule, you can profess some hobbies like listening songs or other things. So whatever you feel good, means whatever you want to play, like if you want to play something and if you want to listen something, you can do what makes you laugh or smile. You can talk with your close friends for some times, that makes you happy. So even if you have your childhood friend or your old friend, you can talk with them, what makes you happy. Learn a valuable lesson when you encounter, and you should think that the people who are talking to you, they are all coming to improve you. So you should learn wherever you encounter, you can learn from them. Like whatever you have studied in the history also, there are the major fights, so people have learned from those. After the fighting, you can see there is so much destruction, so you can learn from those things, valuable things. And for smiling and laughing, you can do the creative practice even for the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whenever you get time. So during the day, so you should do something like for the 1 hour, since morning to evening, 1 hour, 2 hour, you should do the thing that makes you happy. You should not be dependent on the others to feel happy. Okay, that is, happiness is inside within you. So you need to discover that. Okay, so self talk is necessary, and first try to live with yourself, then only you can live with the others. If you cannot live with yourself, you cannot live with others also. So try to be happy in yourself. You should have the self awareness, you should manage self. So these are the self management strategies. The people who can't be happy with themselves, they can't spread the happiness in others also. They can't make happy other people. If the people are sad, how they can spread the happiness in the family? Okay, they will spread only unhappiness. So the only thing is important that you should do some creative practice, something you like since your child. You can do the activity like since in the childhood what you used to do. So you can do some activity daily. You should do some activity like 1 hour, 2 hours. You should practice that activity. So in that way you can manage yourself, you will feel happy, you will smile, and in that way you will feel means you can observe certain changes in you. Okay, you can manage your anger and emotions very well if you do the creative practice.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you should reply
Yes,
in the,
ma'am.
you should carefully, you should listen, then only you should reply. Okay.
Then I can good reply, ma'am,
Yes.
in a in effective way.
Yes. So are you able to feel some changes in your behavior?
Yes, ma'am.
This should boost your confidence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what about others? Some people do not reply in the class.